I'm Bob from Premier Water Cleaning Systems, and I'm going to go through a C1000 AL2 brush. This is actually a customer's brush. He wants me to take a look at it. Um, he sent it with mostly the base mount of brushes, but actually all I need is the drive unit inside, and I'll show you that when I get down to it. Um, but this is kind of nice because it shows that you got one large section on each side, and then individual little extensions to make it the wider. So if you had just the inside ones and the dark blue ones that go on the end caps, you would have a C600. One extension and the dark blue would make a C800, and two extensions and the dark blue would make a C1000. To remove the extensions, you got to figure out which way the brush is turning, because if you don't already know, in one position it's going to rotate this way, and when you flip it over, it'll rotate the opposite way for you, so it pushes versus pulls. So in this case, a lot of times the arrows that are on here get worn off, so it's hard to tell. So what you can do if the arrows aren't there is there is a lump right here, and if it's towards the top, it's going to be spinning this direction, like that. And so basically to unthread these, you want to push them in the same direction as the brush would spin while holding this. So this is going to spin this way. And this one was actually on there very stuck. It took me a while to get it loose, but it did come loose finally. And so this is how it comes off. Do not mix up either side, because the threads are reversed from side to side. So you want to keep this or these on this side. And when we get down to the actual rebuild, we want to make sure the axles stay on the correct side, so that because if you swap them and you put these threads over here, it's going to try and unthread itself every time you use it. I'm just going to put that off to the side. So now we're down to the base brush, but still, to save yourself some money for shipping, if you're sending it back to me, you want to get it down to the main drive unit. The easiest way is usually a big screwdriver like this, and then putting it in between right where your housing is and the brush, getting it in there decent, and then twisting. However, if it's on there too tight, it won't work. And usually, for most brushes, it comes right off. This one seems to be stubborn. Yeah, if it's going to actually start damaging the plastic, then you need to go to another method. But I would say for about 90% of the brushes, this works fine. And of course, I've got one of the ones that isn't going to do it. I don't know why some of them get stuck like this. Yeah, no, okay. So the next way, if they're really stuck on there, or if you don't want to use a screwdriver at all, once you get these sections off, the shaft actually sticks out here. And so the idea is basically push on this while you pull on that. Fortunately, probably the best way, these are stuck on there enough that I'll bet I will actually have to kind of go out to the concrete and do one of these kind of numbers just to get it loose, or hammer, try not to damage anything. There's not really anything you can damage, but still, you tap it like this, it would probably come out. But you want to do it in a way that things don't just fall all over the place. You can bend the housing if it lands wrong or something. It's pretty strong, but you just got to be a little careful. So I'm going to go outside and get some other tools to get this one apart, and I'll be back in a moment.